Welcome to Stirred Up. I'm Heather.
I'm Jessica.
Welcome to our podcast where business meets happy hour and we're serving up brand insights with bar rail banter.
We're two Midwest corporate pros who love dissecting popular brands, not just for their marketing genius or business moves,
but for their corporate integrity. Together, Jess and I dig into sustainability, leadership, and how brands are actually impacting the world we live in.
All while keeping it fun, relatable, and let's be honest, fueled by some Fireball too.
Woohoo! So whether we're clinking glasses to the brands who are doing it right,
or closing the book on the one that missed the mark,
we'll bring you the real, unfiltered takes on what the brands are doing that are shaping our world and the lives we live daily.
So grab a drink, settle in, and let's get this shit stirred up.
I'm a salty bitch today.
Wait, welcome to the fucking show.
Welcome to the fucking show.
I'm a salty bitch today. Tell me more. I'm ready. Tell me more.
I don't really know. I don't really have a reason to be salty. I haven't felt disrespected. I don't think I disrespected anybody. I've worked really hard. I've lived by my values, but I'm just
hanging in there.
Yeah, and it's fucking. Finally, it's sunny.
But it was gray. It was moody for the couple days.
And like it just.
I do agree.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, and I wonder why.
We're getting there. Even in the car
freezing
today,
our fucking tits off. Here.
Even in the car today, Peyton was like, "When is it going to be summer?"
Right. Like even I have a couple different group texts, whether it's my high school friends, some college friends, work friends, mom friends, and like every single text message, there's at least one or two of us that are like, I think we're coming out of a depression.
Yeah.
Like literally, some people that I've known my whole life who have never even had tendency or prone to really, at least outwardly communicate that, are like, fuck, dude, we need some sun.
Yeah, for sure. Sun, there's a lot of things going on that adds up to that, and like the sun can just be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Where's your Fireball?
I just drank it.
What?
Not anymore. There's not.
That's what happens here. You got more than two legs and you're not a chicken or a child, you're going down.
Almost. If you're annoying.
Hi, Bella. Where's Salt?
Oh, she left. She was out. She's done with this. I have some fun animal news.
Yeah.
Today, the chickens got to free range. The babies got to free range for their first time, and they've done amazing. And mostly, they like just come out, take a couple pecks at the grass, and then like run right back into their safety, which is okay.
Do we even say welcome to Stirred Up? Mm-hmm. We did? Mm-hmm. Did we say I'm Heather and you're Jess?
No.
Oh. Welcome to Stirred Up.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Heather. Sorry.
Most of you should know, but we have had a lot of new listeners lately, so you should.
Shout out.
You should know us.
We're global.
We are global.
Mr. Worldwide, Mrs. Worldwide.
Ricky gave a nice little message of like, hey, congrats on the growth. I'm like, thanks bitch.
Okay, shout out to a couple people this week.
Okay.
Shout out to Allie Huntoon. Allie is a listener of us. She's also a recent adopter of an animal from the Humane Society, which we talked about earlier in this week. And she has her own HR consulting firm called Allie's HR Solutions. Also, shout out to...
It's called Allied HR
Solutions. Sorry. ALLIED. Allied HR Solutions.
Yeah.
Shout out to Allie. Thanks, Allie. And shout out to your cute little doggy you talked about. I thought your speech, as well as the women on the right and left of you, they phenomenal. Had you not snuck away and had I not been in the front row trying to blend, I would have said hello in person. Also, shout out to Carrie McMurrian at Everybody Fitness. Everybody Fitness in Midland. I think the name itself lets you know that no matter where you're at in your fitness journey, you are welcome. Carrie is a fantastic friend of mine. Her daughter is Liv's best friend. She does a lot of stuff in the Midland community, a lot of philanthropic work. She also has a small funny farm like myself, got roped into 2 fucking ducks. So shout out to Carrie at Everybody Fitness, and anybody who listens to the podcast and comes and sees her, she'll get $50 off.
Whoa!
Scan our flyer. Carrie also has koozies and some things that she can give away at the front desk.
That's awesome.
That I gave her as well. So thanks to our loyals. Thanks to everyone who listens to us idiots every week. We're still having fun. I wanted to know, do you know who Bill Belichick is?
Yes.
What do you know about him?
He used to be the head coach of the Patriots, and he's got a young girlfriend.
24.
And now he's like sort of commentary on ESPN or something, or like he does football commentary. I don't think he's like a coach anymore.
Yeah, my family's going to be screaming at me when they listen to this, and my sister-in-law, but I think he's going to be like the UNC football coach.
Oh.
Alexa.
Isn't that where
Jordan went and played basketball?
Deion Sanders' son almost had to go.
Alexa, where will Bill Belichick be the new college football coach?
I don't know that.
You can't ask my Alexa anything.
I don't know how one of the smartest people on earth birthed one of the dumbest Alexas.
It's okay.
Because he's confused because he was a man last week and now he's a woman.
He's not a woman.
Chastise him. Oh, he's still not a woman? I can't hear. I got my headphones on.
It's okay.
So he's got a 24-year-old girlfriend named Jordan, and he was doing an interview, and the interviewee asked him, how did you and Jordan meet? And she piped up from the side and said, we're not talking about this. And the internet blew the fuck up. So I have to know, what do you think? Because I'm like, part of me is like, you pretentious little slut. And then the other part of me is like, fuck you. Quit asking my old ass boyfriend this question about how he met me. How do you think he met me?
Yeah.
They say on an airplane flight that they sat next to each other.
Okay, I have a couple of thoughts around it.
Better at the Spearmint Rhino. We all know it.
So I watched that part of the interview. The previous questions were probing the relationship, and Belichick was hesitant and like refraining.
If you're 74 years old, letting some 24-year-old do a yoga pose on your belly on the Instagram, and then you write a book and you'd expect that no one's going to ask you that.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
Yeah. I agree. Totally. But so anyway, my point in saying it is that there was questions before that one question. It wasn't just like that was the only question. So there was like witness. Yeah. So there was like some probing. So I think that like every question that he was trying to defer became like tension building in the room for sure. And then you're right. I saw it. She was like, she's not, she's behind a computer. There's no light on her. Like she was never intended to be on camera. And she said, we're done with that. We're not answering that. We're done with that.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you have us all interested. I think maybe she was a high paid escort. Like, how do you meet somebody like that?
He said on a plane.
Yeah, probably because he paid her to be there.
Listen,
he doesn't fly.
The internet was so pissed. How does this 24-year-old woman tell this 74 and tell this interview? And where does she have the right? And part of me is like,
does he fly public?
I would be shocked.
Right. So if they met on a plane.
Now he's on Instagram doing yoga poses and eating spaghetti out of her mouth like fucking.
I haven't seen that. That's
Lady
great.
and the Tramp.
Gross. It's so gross.
And I think I made up the spaghetti part, but he is the 74-year-old man laying it on his back.
It's like pretty gross.
I'm sorry. I joke all the time. Like if Mike Smith dies, I'm marrying somebody with a bad fucking heart and a big bankroll. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Fucking, you only got to do that once and he'll just die right there. Right there.
Okay.
Right there in the Holiday Inn. That's all it'll take.
Hopefully the Four Seasons at least.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, we don't need to be getting bed bugs and an inheritance on the same day.
It would make the bed bugs easier to digest.
Speaking of bed bugs, my sister Em thought she had bed bugs this week.
Yeah, it's stressful.
She almost burnt down her whole house. Turns out she got bit by a spider. Or 5. It's starting to itch now. Anyway, so Bill Belichick. And Jordan. So I don't know. I think she's a twat. I think he's out of his rocker. I think 50 years old is a gap, man. It's a gap.
To be 50, like, it's really, to me, is like 2 whole lives.
I can't imagine fucking a 74-year-old man and I'm 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's 24.
Yeah, like why?
When I was 24, Clooney was like the end of the, do you know what I mean? Like Denzel, like that was, even a little bit like.
It's a little too much, but you could see the attraction, but it was like not practical.
74. Also, Jelly Roll's in the news. Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny, was talking about how as you get older and you go through menopause and perimenopause, all of the collagen and the elasticity, as we all know, in your skin shrivels up to nothing. I was looking at my hands the other day, and I can literally pull my hand skin, and It stays.
Right.
It stays now. But your vagina lips will do the same thing. So one day you're going to wake up and they're going to be sucked all the way up inside of your body.
Do you think they
beef curtains? No more. She says.
Do you think that they're just sucked up, or that they are just also like your skin just kind of becomes like?
I think you lose all of the water in your lips.
You know how we talk about shriveling balls? Like men's balls do the same thing.
That's what's going to happen.
So, but those get like hangy, saggy.
But what do you call it? The muff. The muff will also start to hang with the fupa.
Right.
So the muff hangs, the fupa hangs over the muff hangs over the vag. The beef curtains now have no plumpness, and they're not maybe up there, like you don't suck back up. I heard they suck.
Yeah.
Buddy says they suck right up into your body.
That's where she had me lost a little on that one, as I was like,
You listened to that?
yeah.
What'd you think?
You sent me like 10 videos, and I watched them all this morning. I didn't finish all of them,
but
but
I want to know what you thought about that.
So
The more you know.
Yeah. So good point. Hadn't thought much about it, but I really kind of doubt they get sucked up in. That's where.
But you did.
Gravity.
That was the message you took away.
Yeah, that's what she said. But I think gravity is doing other things. I think to your point, the skin gets like if I am thinking about my grandma's skin before she died, right? Like I understand what you're talking about.
Do you have that?
No.
Put your hands to that.
Ow.
Yeah, that
Ow.
This
Ow.
is my grandmother's hands. Look at that.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna need Botox in my fucking fingers.
that doesn't work like that. That's
Botox
filler.
in my fingers
That's
before
filler.
Botox in my fucking armpits. You can get it on your armpits too for sweating.
Right, I know. But the people I get it from don't do that part because that's clinical and you can get that from elsewhere, but they specialize in the face.
Love.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Okay, you have to have a pen, and we're gonna rapid fire. You get like 30 seconds, maybe a minute,
Do I have a pen?
to write down your answers. And we're going to rapid fire back and forth. Boom,
Okay.
boom, boom, boom.
All right, I'm ready.
When men do this, it gives me the ick. Or when humans do this, it gives me the ick. Do, have, say, it gives me the...
What's yours?
No. We're
Oh.
rapid firing. I already wrote mine down.
Okay. Oh my God, that's kind of cheating.
Sorry.
So you got a chance to think all long and hard about it. That's not really rapid
Oh, no,
fire.
they came to me very quickly. I could have kept going, but I
Okay.
was trying not to make the whole episode be what people do that give me the ick. I was just trying to get top 5.
The first thing that came to my mind was just victim. Like, the ickiest thing to me is just like whiny victim, can't solve it myself. Like, oh, so annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What's yours?
Long fingernails on men. Any whites on a man's fingernails.
That's so funny.
Fucking gross. Bite that shit off in public or private.
Okay. What's next?
Ear hair.
Oh, you have multiple things?
Oh, I told you.
You have a whole sheet just for that. Ear hair?
There was this really handsome man back in the day that handsome.
At work?
Handsome.
I know exactly who you're talking
And he
about.
had fucking so much hair coming out of his ears. Looked like he was sprouting broccoli. Literally. Like, I'm not kidding you. One of the most handsome, swaggy,
like classically handsome.
Smart men.
Not my type of attractive, but objectively
Classically,
handsome.
yeah. With fucking more hair on his ears than he had on the fucking top of his head.
That's hilarious.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Trim that shit down, boys. I also don't like mansplaining.
Oh, yeah.
Or women-splaining. When you assume the person you're talking to has no idea what you're talking about and you proceed to tell them generally incorrect information about something they're an expert on.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I was going to say, what if they really are ignorant and you're just being polite?
It's still annoying, but like now I don't think you're a dummy. You're just annoying.
Okay. Give me another rapid fire. What do we have more? Or is it just the one?
Whiny bitches.
Oh. I didn't know if there was more part to the game.
No, you have to give me. We're supposed to go back and forth.
Oh.
Whiny bitches. Toenails. Da-da-da. No.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I'm warming you up.
I thought that I had to pick one thing
the
really
next one-
fast, and then you give me more questions.
Okay,
I thought it was
we
only
have another game like that today too. So this episode we'll talk about what gives me the ick, and then Jessica's gonna think about it for about 6 weeks, and then next week she'll talk about what annoys her because
Okay. It'll be true.
She's so happy.
But also, I don't like to have like emotional pain, so I really try to avoid
it. Can be like, I don't like when you have nose hair, or I don't like when you have a spitball between your teeth, or
I don't think I notice those things at all.
What? Ew. Mm-mm. Dirty fingernails?
Only my son's. He puts them in his mouth, and I think that's gross. And it's my job to take care of it, so,
Chewing the teeth?
Chewing the teeth?
Like stuff in your teeth?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Nothing drives flip-flops on men when they're not at the beach? Really?
That doesn't bother me at all.
Really?
No, I don't really care about what people choose to wear.
Insulting your intelligence?
What? Insulting my intelligence?
Yeah. Gender rules? Mansplaining?
Yeah, all of that. Right. Yeah. But I hadn't really, I thought we only had to pick one, so I hadn't thought
Cutting
about
in line? I mean, nothing. Honking while you're trying to, nothing.
That doesn't really fire. So I do get fired. Okay. I think I told you a story when.
Gives you the ick. Not fired up.
So that's different.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's different. All of that's different. Things piss me off, but I don't really think I get easily icked. I really don't.
Get fucking icked.
So when I see people on TikTok that are like, oh my God, I had to get rid of this boyfriend because this weird random thing he does gives me the icks. I was like, I think you guys have too high ass standards. I think everybody's a little bit weird and gross in their own way. And you just have to kind of learn to just be like, oh, that's cute. You do that.
I think I just pretend that nobody does any of the gross human things human do.
And not all of them are gross. Sometimes it's just an annoying tendency, but then I process it.
Earwax, hanging out. Don't like that either.
Matt cleans his ears way more than me. I don't ever clean my ears.
Nobody sees inside your ears. They're plugged with hearing aids. The fuck difference does it make? The only people that are pissed are your hearing aids.
Yeah.
Clean it up in there, bro.
And I don't clean those as often as I should, but I clean them. I change things out. It's fine. Okay, I don't know.
Right.
I'll think about it.
Okay, now you have to name 3 animals.
3 animals?
Mm-hmm. In order of, your favorite, your first, second, and third favorite.
Just in category animals. Okay.
You can say cat. It doesn't have to be a cardinal. If you're very specific, if you want to be an eagle versus a... My boss played this game with me. It was so fun. I loved it.
I am only putting 2. Okay, fine.
It's not your game, Jessica. My game.
Okay, chicken. What did you put? You want to know mine first? How does this game work? Why are you shocked? What's going on?
Oh my God, a chicken?
I put a question mark.
Maybe try again.
Why?
Hold on, make sure I got this right. The first one is how you see yourself.
Oh. Okay, I put cat.
The second is how others see you.
And I put dog, golden retriever.
That's right. And the third is who you really are.
Chicken, what does that mean?
I think you're a wuss.
And I did put a question mark because maybe I don't know what I am. That's funny because I almost didn't want to put a third thing. Because I didn't want to. So
we're going to go back to the 12th house and read some more cards over here. She's dead in her soul. Chicken! I thought this was going to be fun. My poor friend's a fucking chicken.
What's wrong with that? They're so cute and resourceful, and they provide.
Yeah, they lay an egg every day.
Yeah. They're vulnerable to predators, and I would not be. Maybe I'd be a rooster. I don't know. I'm probably vulnerable to predators. I'm a female. Here we are.
So how others see Jessica as a cat?
No. Oh, no, I thought you said...
How you see yourself.
How you see yourself is the first
how
one.
How others see you.
And then how others see you. Golden retriever. Yeah. Although I claimed that I was the golden retriever.
I might have the first 2 fucked up, but the third one is definitely who you really are.
What's yours? Tell me.
So I was a bird.
Just a general bird?
I think I said like a cardinal or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A male one, because they're prettier. That's what I said. Swear to God. Because the females are brown.
I know.
The males are the red, striking.
That's always happened.
Then I said birds. A tiger.
Oh.
How others see me.
Okay, wow.
And then who I really am is a horse.
I still don't even know what that means. Who you really are is really kind of hard to grasp.
Hard to tame, maybe.
Oh, okay. Like a Mustang. Like a wild Mustang.
Or a workhorse.
There you go. Workhorse. Those can be tamed.
Show horse.
Right.
Depends on what startup part of the day I'm in.
Fair enough. Horse, nonetheless.
Definitely not a one-trick
so
pony.
Funny.
So that was funny.
Okay.
So my boss's son did that with him.
Love it.
I thought that was fun.
Okay.
Oh, Pistons. Did you watch the Pistons last night?
No, I didn't even know they existed still.
What?
The Pistons?
Yeah.
No. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. We turned the train around. Shout out to the Pistons. Should have gotten a shot off. Never played basketball. Went to one basketball camp, got dizzy, and never went back in 7th grade.
You did?
Yeah, you had to get up at like 7 o'clock on a Saturday and go play basketball in the gym.
Yeah, I know. I did
Bro,
it.
what?
I did it. I played basketball into high school. I think I quit my sophomore year.
What?
Yeah.
How did I not know this?
Yeah.
You were a baller?
Yeah, I wasn't as good as Tay. Mostly I got scared if they threw the ball at me. But
She was almost as good as you, sissy. I wasn't as good as Tay. I tried my best.
yeah, I did try.
That bitch hustled. Would you get on the ground and fight for the ball?
Yeah, I always fouled out. Mm-hmm.
What you did?
A lot, yeah. Not always, but a lot.
Does Gail have any videos of you playing basketball?
I don't know. You have to ask my dad. My dad was the one that was like, yeah. I don't know.
I didn't know you played any sports. I knew you were like valedictorian. I knew you were on yearbook club.
Did yearbook was top 10%, not valedictorian. Shout out Robin.
Shout out to Robin.
I think we had 2 valedictorians, actually, co-valedictorians, Catherine Byler and Robin Serum, is what I'm thinking.
Oh, shout out to Catherine Byler. Baller.
Yeah. Could have been the
Amanda graduated with me.
Nonetheless, big smarty pants people in my grade for sure, and I was happy to be in a club that was close to them. Yeah, my sports skills are not that great. When you call me a NARP, non-athletic normal person, regular person. Yeah.
Like you have all your
like that was still true while I was playing sports.
But I bet you were like the hardest worker in the room.
I don't know.
Did you run?
Of course.
Push-ups, sit-ups?
Yeah. But I don't know if I was...
Wrestled for the ball? What
Yeah.
girls were on your team? Did you have some badass bitches on your team?
Yeah, Callie.
Oh,
and then she was like in varsity, but she was my grade. Callie, great. She still plays basketball.
Oh, I bet.
Morgan and Melissa Krinsky,
Ballers.
twin, very good at basketball.
Did Clara play?
Yeah, she was a year under me. So we played together a little bit in JV when I was a sophomore. She was a freshman. She was great. Yeah, all of those girls, incredible.
Okay. I was looking for something in my Gmail yesterday, completely unrelated to the pod. I was actually looking for something for work. And I found my virtual going away greeting card from DuPont.
Oh.
And
I wrote something in it?
2020.
Okay. I don't remember this. I was pregnant, so I was like,
Ready?
oh God, I'm nervous.
No. It's so good. It's so good. It's like a manifestation.
Okay, ready?
Ready? You will always be my favorite office neighbor and my most reliable happy hour problem solver. Thankfully, I can trust I can keep you in the latter and, most important, 50% of that equation. You're brilliant, creative, resilient, and strategic, and you will be missed in the DuPont family, Jessica.
It's all of that is still
Wasn't that
very
fun
true. Love
to look
that.
back and like know that's what we do for fun now?
Yeah. And still office neighbors, at least in the studio.
Lynn.
That's good. That's fun.
That's a good one, huh?
Yeah, I like that. Last night we were hanging out in the basement and the kids liked, like the basement's very playground-esque. You've been down there, but just for like the listener, it's a big playroom kind of thing. All like kids can just run wild and it's fine. Stuff to climb on, stuff to jump on, whatever. Chaos. TV's on down there, and as you know, I'm trying to like scale back on, so there's no tablet time, and I'm trying to be thoughtful about like what we're watching on TV anyway. So there's not a handful of things, but like if they're playing, we also don't need to have like dumb kid stuff on TV. That was my thought. So we all agreed music. So I put on YouTube and I put on music. So we're watching music videos, Pink Pony Club. We had to watch
I'm obsessed.
three times her performance
Pony Club.
at the Grammys.
I wanna see
So then like a Lady Gaga performance comes on and Peyton like that.
Hey, lady.
Yeah. So then we're like just now sitting down watching all of these music videos. And then Shawn Menendez and Camila.
Camila Cabera. Cabera?
Yeah.
Camila Cabello?
Senorita. Is that how it goes? It's so sexual. And I was like, this is, like, I had my first moment and Peyton's very into it. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know.
Let me tell you how she's in the back seat going, make them gag, make them choke. You're going to be like,
she asked for Bees in the Trap, like by name. And she likes Doechii. So we listened to that, but now we're watching these. It's so different to listen. And she does pick up words on songs way better than even I do.
yeah. Well, she can hear.
Yeah.
That helps.
It does. Game changer. But now we're watching and I'm like, oh no, are we going to start talking? Like, what if she kisses somebody because she saw it on TV? Like, all of a sudden I'm
Are you
starting to
talking
think.
about, like, don't let anybody touch your body yet? Are you doing those things?
No.
Oh, yeah, get on that. We're probably going to do that today. No more matches. We're going to talk about our private parts.
Not today.
Okay, well.
Let me do my process. I have to research first
Oh my God. Get that is your goal.
this weekend.
She is smart. She
well,
absolutely.
all right. We'll follow up in a next episode. How about that? Fucking rock and roll. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
to the Real Tea.
Real Tea. There we are.
Okay.
I'm locked and loaded.
All right, Mama.
Tequila and water.
Tequila makes her clothes fall off, and if you want to see her naked and blow out the viewers again this week, tune in. All right. So, for the children,
Yeah, what are we talking about?
we're gonna talk about cookies.
Cookies.
So, who is the fastest growing company from 2017 to now? Over 1,000 stores in 50 states, including Canada and Puerto Rico. They're social media famous. They launch 6 new flavors every week. They are a TikTok craze. There's a controversy whether they're the world's worst or they're the world's best.
What?
And as of 2025, they're considering sale for $2 billion in less than 8 years.
Wow.
Crumbl Cookies, my friends.
Oh my God.
Crumbl Cookies. The closest one we have is in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. So my job this week is to go get us Crumbl Cookies so we can schedule a day to eat them together. Because what they do on TikTok.
Tell me when you're gonna go. If it's during a weekday,
Road trip.
Matt works up there, and I can like have lunch with him and get cookies after, or like deliver cookies to his work.
Fun.
Yeah, wouldn't that
Well, that's the thing. They're meant to be shared. So they're like, if we get 6 of them, you can cut them up almost into 4s. So 6 is
be? Why
really
does it have to be
24.
that way? I don't like to share my food.
These fuckers are huge. I know
Okay.
you don't.
All right, fair enough.
Also fun news. Just fun business statistics in general.
Yeah, hit me
Nestle is
up.
the largest bakery company in the entire world.
Nestle. They own.
Nope, but
Oh.
just bakeries.
Got
Just
it.
think about bakeries in general. Cookies.
Got it.
We'll talk about the Crumbl story, but interesting things about
Just market
baking.
context.
Market
Okay.
context. Nestle is the largest baking company in the world with the 2022-2023 net sales of around $94.4 billion. As of
big.
2022, the global bakery industry is $497 billion.
Wow.
There are almost 7,000 bakeries in the U.S. and has a CAGR of about 5.1 through 2028. So in relativity to GDP, it's growing faster than GDP.
Yep. GDP's shrink a little.
And what is GDP?
Global domestic product. GDP is the net consumption of our products and services as a country, and like the general volume of like of how we're either consuming or it's a growth.
It's a measurement for
metric.
growth.
Yeah, a measurement
Or
for
lack
growth. It's a
thereof.
growth metric. Yeah.
Okay. So Crumbl, Crumbl,
Okay.
previously branded as Crumbl Cookies, is a franchise chain of bakeries in the United States and Canada that specializes in cookies and other desserts. So they've done like cheesecakes and lava cakes. And again, every week they now launch 6 new cookies and they have a whole content calendar. And then the internet goes crazy because the kids run there to get the cookies and then
my
they try
God.
them. And like, even though some of the cookies are shitty, it's still
But
like
it's
a
like
big
still
part of their
the
marketing experience.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow. Even if it tastes bad, people are into it.
Yep. It was founded by cousins, Sawyer Hemsley and Jason McGowan in 2017, while Hemsley was still attending a Utah State University in Logan, Utah, and they used A/B testing methods to come up with their final chocolate chip cookie recipe. Okay. So they literally would make different kinds of cookies, have people try them and test them and whatever. They went really, 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 really quick. They grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. And from the very beginning, Cisco was a financial backer.
Cisco
Foods. Yeah.
Oh, Cisco Foods.
Cisco Foods.
I think you're talking about Cisco, the rapper who sang the thong song.
Thong, 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 thong.
Not that one, though.
Yeah.
Not that one? Cisco Foods.
Yeah.
Not the rapper.
Who originally.
Because you never know. We have, like, celebrity, people who, like, back this shit.
Anyways, they're privately held. They're looking to sell.
Okay.
$2 billion.
Around. That's huge. Very big.
Let's talk a little bit about the founder story. So, interesting enough, they're cousins. The fastest growing cookie company in the United States. It was a side hustle, and they were both entrepreneurs. It's really funny that he says, I think everyone believes we had this massive plan to dominate the baking, food, and beverage industry, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Uh-huh. We did drive the company exception, was to get the hands dirty, something he found lacking in a stellar career in marketing, technology, and social media.
It's getting your hands dirty. Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I was going to say, I think
doing the work.
That. Yeah.
It's doing the work. It's not just like marketing the work.
Yeah.
It's actually getting to be the person to do the work.
And like wandering around conference rooms and
Yep. They were aware there was a gap, like a problem to be solved in the market of a food platform, and there was a ton of pizza stuff, but like not a ton of other things.
That's fair enough.
They knew nothing about baking, but they did have YouTube tutorials, and that's how they taught themselves. They finally launched with their first chocolate chip cookie after multiple rounds of testing, and they opened their first store in 2017 in a wooden hut. It's very cool looking, so I'll post it on social, in Utah. One of them was still in college. And then McGowan thinks not only did they try to differentiate themselves with their quality cookie, and then we'll talk about how they actually bake in front of you with real ingredients and like more of a immerse grandmother style.
Yeah.
Grandmother style. It'd be a very Gen Z kitchen. But at least you can see the ingredients are homemade. You get it in practice.
Yeah. It has it has like the combo of those feelings is what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Of like.
Yeah.
That home style feel.
So they had a clear vision for the brand, has driven much of the ascent of the company. We think about branding a lot, which I love. We think about the smell of our stores. We think about the shape of the box. We think about how easy it is to order through our technology. So not only did they go to market with what they thought was a really good product in terms of the cookie, their online ordering platform and the technology that they put behind their business model, they saw big right away. They didn't see 50 stores. They saw 500.
Yeah.
And their ease of use and customer experience is second to none in their category.
They started with a great operations that allowed them to scale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Backed by technology. They knew they had something real good.
Mom and pop shops start with like a great product, but then tend to struggle with any sort of scaling or sort of operational efficiency because you focus so much on the product. And I feel like it sounds like their background in business told them they needed to have that as a priority.
Yeah, I mean, and they really did. So again, he says we think a lot about branding, from the smell in our stores to the shape of our box, and its easy to order system. What is also key is the element of pure, simple fun. At the end of the day, with everything going on in people's lives, having something fun is just so exciting. When you walk into our stores, you see bakers cracking eggs and flour on the corner, and it feels just like your family kitchen growing up. Again, I feel like that's a bit of an overstretch.
That's the grandma's kitchen.
That's the grandma's kitchen.
You think
it would be like if you were in a really cute she shed. It's pink, stainless. They wear white. They're adorable. Looks like a modern day adorable bakery.
But you see them
Grandma's
cooking?
kitchen would be like if you came to Grandma's kitchen. It doesn't look like that. But you do see them cooking with real ingredients. They have brands. They have a pink, really cool box. So, like, again, like if you were to show up to Peyton's school and present her a box of Crumbl Cookies,
I feel like that's no longer
spectacular.
Is that a differentiator, or were they just the OG pink box and everybody copied?
Well, So there is also another brand called Insomnia, and there was another cookie brand, and I forget, and they were just purchased.
Okay.
So also very grassroots. So are they?
I think
are there more than one gourmet cookie shops in the world? Yes.
Because, well, sure, but the pink box was something notable, and maybe it's just me, but it felt like that pink box became the stickiness. Like, it's one thing if you go to Crumbl
Tiffany's
Cookie,
box, yeah.
But if you are bringing your pink box, and I see that pink box, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Now suddenly it's recognizable, and then I'm like, oh, that's where that came from. Like, it has its own organic viral, in-person virality to it, I guess.
KS and I brought Crumbl Cookies to customers, construction 50-year-old men. So not only did the kids like to open the pink box and see what are the sweet ass flavors, we'll talk about some of the flavors, briefly. So again, our cookies are large and they're meant to be shared with other people to create a meaningful moment with the people who matter most. That could be a family celebrating a soccer game, a bunch of guys getting together to play some video games, or someone going to hang out with their partner who is having a bad day.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, we're at the points when people can set aside social media, set aside the cares in the world, and create these meaningful moments. Every summer, we give everyone Fridays off so they can go and spend meaningful moments with the people who matter. The most he explains, you are not allowed to work.
So even their storefronts closed on Fridays?
Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10.
Yeah, Monday through Thursday.
Friday and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., midnight, Sunday closed. Tip, Friday and Saturdays are usually busiest.
Oh, so they're open Friday. So they're
Holiday
storefronts.
opens.
But here's the thing. When you have like maybe they're part-time workers.
They've got to be talking about corporate.
Yeah, they got to be talking about corporate.
It's a strong claim not to have any of its
and to say everybody, I think that makes your frontline workers feel a little excluded. So that's a little bit unfortunate, I'm going to say. But at the same time,
you're in the business of selling shit on weekends. Sorry.
Right. And
I'm all for the people, but if I owe a fucking booze company, we ain't closing on Fridays.
And that category of staff can be, like, their time can be managed.
Correct.
So that they can have a different day off. And I don't know. That's fine. I get it. Yep. But, like, when they say everybody, I think that's kind of a bummer.
He says, when I look back on my career and everything I've achieved with Crumbl, says McGowan, one of the founders, I don't want to be thinking about the sales or the money we made. Instead, I want to think about the people, how people had work-life balance and were able to put things aside and take extra moment to spend time with their loved ones. I know it's only cookies, but for us, it's really important to be able to look back on our lives and know that we inspired the world to actually spend time with those who matter most.
Do you believe that?
That is the core of who we are as a company. I think it's a good story. I believe it. It's how I would run my company. That would be my values. I think you put your money into your mouth. Well, ours when you tell everyone to take Fridays off.
Yeah. I was listening to someone tell a story about the guy who made Saturday Night Live, and I know that when you work for Saturday Night Live, you work your absolute tits off.
That's right to the ground.
Yeah. But then when you have your couple of days off, or when you have your scheduled vacation, like they have like a group scheduled vacation, you know what I mean? Like they have to follow a certain production schedule. You really take time off. And he really meant it. And he was always like, when you treat yourself, really treat yourself and like really enjoy it. And I think like that's the motto to live by, like work really hard and also play really hard. And I appreciate that. So, I mean, I hope it's true, but I sometimes get the sense of like, the founders sounded like people who came out of like agency, corporate.
One of them had to have been.
Yeah.
Because he was marketing social success and the other one was still in college.
Okay, got it. Okay. So I'm picking up on that, which is not like, that's just not how that works. And it's a nice thing to say on paper and then to, I don't know, it just makes me like a little bit.
Is it marketing? Is it greenwashing? Is it marketing fluff? Mm-hmm. Right? Sustainable fluff. Here's what he did say. Best in class. If McGowan has any advice to pass on to those working to establish a brand, he says the following. Focus on building something people want and being the absolute best at it. Mm-hmm. When you build something, whether it's software, food, entertainment, or anything else, the magic comes from caring about it so much that you want it to be the world's best.
Yeah.
For us, if our names are on it, we have to make it the best. So that's what we set out to do. Now, the best is not always, to their point, perfect. They are willing to test recipes and put cookies out into the market that they know some people might hate.
Yeah.
But
is that part of what?
It's part of the business
makes
model.
them excited? Like weird Harry Potter gummy bears.
Yep.
Yep. What are those called? Jelly beans.
Yep. A lot of business owners, they say, feel like it has to be perfect to execute. And for them, it wasn't. It was just what has worked well. And if it's working well, they're willing to reiterate it and try different versions of it, even though if it's not perfect.
Yeah.
They were probably supported by Cisco at the very beginning. They always have a chocolate chip, whether it's a semi-sweet.
Such a classic.
Or they go back between semi-sweet and whatever else the other one is. Sure. I only bake with semi-sweet, so I don't, or milk chocolate. Semi-sweet or milk.
I dabble between those, but I really only like semi-sweet.
From the top, caramel apple, pink velvet, chocolate chip, cookies and cream, peanut butter, lemon glaze, snickerdoodle, raspberry cheesecake, mint chocolate chip, s'mores, round out the top 10.
Okay.
Then we go to coconut lime, funfetti, pumpkin spice, red velvet, salted caramel, birthday cake, chocolate brownie, cinnamon roll, maple bacon, blueberry muffin, key lime pie, rocky road, strawberry shortcake, banana cream pie, apple pie, chocolate peanut butter, oatmeal raisin, white chocolate macadamia nut, gingerbread, churro, pistachio, almond joy, lemon bar, sugar cookie, wedding cake, chocolate mint, and bitter pecan.
Okay, it really covers everything.
Covers everything. The kids are going crazy. They have an aggressive use of social media, and they're using TikTok to, these kids rush to the store to get the 6 cookies to try them. Women influencers doing it with their toddlers.
Yeah.
This guy who did the 37 top and business influencer did it with his family. Unfortunately for Crumbl, they're being sued by Warner Music.
Okay, yeah, tell me.
For almost $25 million.
That's a lot.
Warner Music is a conglomerate of companies from like Atlantic Records, Bad Boy, P. Diddy, and others, has filed a lawsuit against Crumbl because they said they used artists' music that are signed under their label without permission in social media ads for years.
Wow.
These artists include Lizzo, Taylor Swift, BTS, Dua Lipa, and Beyonce. And they actually served them, I think, some sort of cease and desist, and they did nothing. And months after they received the letter, the lawyer says, from Warner, that not only they ignore it, they continued to exploit and infringe. And basically, kind of gives them a shank in the throat because Crumbl took legal action against 2 other cookie companies because they said that their business model was very hard to differentiate, and their value proposition and their positioning was very hard to differentiate between one of their own. And Warner actually used in their press statement, they should be familiar with infringement.
Yeah.
And they should be familiar
because they've acted on it themselves.
Because they've done it themselves. So
that's hard to defend.
Months after receiving the cease and desist letter, Crumbl not only continued to exploit many of the infringing Crumbl videos, but also posted new ones on social media. The lawsuit also points the videos posted from Crumbl's TikTok account, which the company said it legally said it can't use any trending audios.
Interesting. When was this? Recently?
2025.
Okay. All right. So hot topic.
Yep. Here we go. Warner Warner in its complaint also referred to Crumbl's own history of pushing back against copyright infringement. It cited the company since settled lawsuits with cookie chain Dirty Dough, and Crumbl over the years has aggressively gone after upstart companies that said it had mimicked its business. Crumbl is not unfamiliar with intellectual property laws and enforces its own intellectual property rights by filing lawsuits against companies that allegedly infringes against Crumbl's intellectual property, the lawsuit said. Crumbl has endured hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue and has no shortage of legal resources.
Interesting.
So they're being sued. It's currently ongoing, likely for sale for $2 billion plus debt is what they're asking for. Likely will happen, backed by Cisco. I mean, for me, sustainability, they fucking make cookies. Yeah. Where are their eggs coming from? Or is their flour?
Right. There's not a big play there to negotiate one way or the other. Fair enough.
I don't have the answer to that. I think their cookies are mid at best. I can get on the train of trying things, but I'm not a big sweet person anyway.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to try something new, it's going to be a new type of Indian food or sushi or I don't really explore in the dessert realm.
Like you don't,
the women in my family make fantastic desserts.
Yeah,
if I want pistachio dessert, I'm going to my mother's. If I
not,
want fucking strawberry shortcake, I'm going to my mother-in-law's.
I'm not going to go out of my way to get a dessert.
Not.
Yeah.
My mother does. There's lots of people who do.
Yeah.
So listen, I mean, you're two cousins, which I got a lot of time for. You're an American started company, which I got a lot of time for. They've had some labor issues too. Underage labor, 37 different lawsuits and that.
Interesting.
Again, I don't know.
When did they start?
2017. They're only 8 years old.
Yeah, okay.
Valuated to sell around, $2 billion.
Okay. Are you, yeah, go ahead.
So I will clink to the fact that Bennett just drove with his buddy TJ 25 minutes as a fun night out, listening to music and going to Mount Pleasant to get Crumbl. To try the latest pistachio cookie. Yeah. I ain't fucking going out of my way. I ain't waiting in the line. You ain't no Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'll jump on the basic bitch awesome train of anything that's actually awesome.
Yeah.
But you're asking the wrong person in terms of, like, I'm not going out of my way for sweets. Yeah. And their cookies are so fucking sweet that you really can only have a bite.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one of those, like, so some of the things that we've closed on in the past are like, I kind of judge you. You will, not you, but like I judge people like Shein. I'm going to judge you if you.
We told you the facts and you're still buying.
If you are like, but here's my stance. I'm going to say this, like, just lay it out there. I'm going to close on Crumbl for the reasons
because you make the world's best chocolate chip cookies already.
Basically.
Yeah.
But for the reasons that you said, like, it ain't me, like, no judgment.
It ain't me.
But here's my other reason. Just in what we laid out here, and I want to watch and learn. I do want to go visit once. Like, I do.
You have to.
Yeah, I do want to go visit once
because I've never been. And see what the 6 are.
But I'm still going to close because my impression is what you alluded to. The founder acknowledged it, like that. Some claim that they like set out to like take over corporate baking or something like that, and he just said it just wasn't true. They found a passion. Fine, but I feel like it still is exploited. Like, it really doesn't feel like it was meant to be like a cute mom and pop thing that like exploded.
Oh, they're fucking marketers who made some cookies, not bakers who found a way to market them.
Yeah.
It's fine. Mad props. I mean, it's what I do for a living, so I'm not judging you, but like, your product's mid.
Yeah. Product mid. They
sell 1 million desserts every day. Mm-hmm. They have over 1,000 locations nationwide. They have 348,000 employees at their headquarters and 30,000 employees who work in their stores.
That's a lot. That's huge. Yeah, I'm closing because it doesn't feel like the things that we talk about that make me feel good.
Also franchised, anywhere from $500,000 to 1.2 to start it up. Cash plus assets.
That's a lot for a cookie shop, to be honest.
And if I'm really going to be honest, your branding's also mid, and I could have made it in Canva.
All right, we're closing.
Fuck that shit.
Thank you for listening to Stirred Up. If you like what you heard, please subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on your podcast apps. Please send it to a friend. Leave a comment. Add a rating. Every little bit helps. We look forward to seeing you next week.